My name is Ifunaya, and this is Lagos Talks 91.3. I know you've been waiting, but it's expected once in a while when we have about three housemates in the studio with everyone trying to take pictures, everyone trying to get them to record this or that. Hence the reason why they're just getting here now. Because I had announced earlier on that you guys were here any moment from the time. I had announced it. And I had gotten some questions. People asking questions for Saga, for Queen, for Nini. So guys, they're here now. I'm talking about the recently evicted BBNaija housemate, the gorgeous Queen, right here next to me.
Thank you. Hi,
I have another gorgeous girl. Her name is Nini.
Hi.
And Saga.
It's your boy.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right, guys. So what's the energy like? What's the feeling like? You got evicted. We know that it's winding down any moment from now, really. But then you got evicted. You did not stay till the end. You were not part of the last five. So what was that, or last six, I should say. So what was that feeling for you, knowing that you were evicted, but also knowing that you at least were close to the end?
For me, I was not ready to leave. I felt like I had the chances of staying in the house at the end of the show. It came as a shock to me. But then I'm trying to, get a hold of myself and all of that. I'm happy regardless, right? And I'm ready to grab all the opportunities I can right now. So that is I'm actually keeping a positive energy right now. So it's fine.
And that's beautiful. What about you, Nini?
Okay, so coming on the show, I knew it's a competition and it's a 50-50% chance. So every time I was up, I mentally prepared myself. So because I have seen talented people get evicted, and obviously I didn't think I was better than them. So it was okay. I had prepared myself mentally for it.
All right. What about you, Saga?
Well, I was hoping to make it to the finals, actually. I have a shot at the first place. But then I'm satisfied with what I have, I can't, you can't change what you can't change, really.
Yeah.
So I'm satisfied with what I have, and I'm good.
Okay.
Semi-finals is also really good, really, in that house. So.
All right. So I also want to know what the feeling was like as well when you got out of the house, you checked your social media page. What was the first thing that came to your mind when you saw what was going on social media?
Me, right?
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I really wanted to get hold of my phone to know what's going on.
Yeah.
Why I got evicted. What I actually
Okay.
did wrong. And I'm like, okay, I think I did something bad that made me to get evicted at this time and all of that. So I just wanted to know what's going on with Queen. And coming out, I saw all the love from people and I'm so overwhelmed. I'm like, really? I'm this love and I'm still out here. Okay, it's fine. So I just wanted to get hold of my phone to know what's really happening with Queen Mercy. Again, so that's it.
How about you, Nini?
Okay, so I knew before I got on the show, I prepared myself mentally for whatever would happen. So when I came out, I expected, okay, maybe I'll have a couple of negativity, but it was a lot. And sometimes I'm like, were you guys watching actually?
Yeah.
But then it's okay. I'm fine. I'm great. The love is massive. The social media following and everything, I think it's massive and I'm happy. I'm okay.
Well, the first thing I watched on social media was on Ibuka's phone. He played a video of me pregnant and dancing.
Oh, do it.
I was like, what? Who impregnated me? Wait. Well, I'm a very fun person. I'm very funny, so that one is cool. I've seen a lot of negative comments, but trust me, the love is too much. Everybody telling me they love me. So many girls want to marry me. I'm telling you, I don't know what to do.
Okay.
I just got one ring finger. I'm just joking, but I love everything I'm saying. It's cool.
Yeah.
I want to just manage it from now.
All right. So you had mentioned that you wanted to stay till the end.
Yeah.
So let's get into the gist of a lot of things that happened in the house, right? You mentioned that you wanted to stay till the end. However, I remember you saying that if Nini left the house, you would ask for voluntary exit.
Never said that. I don't know how that got out. It was Jackie B.
No, Jackie B didn't say. I don't remember Jackie B saying
never
that.
Said that. I'm telling you, why would I say that?
I wish I got the recording.
You
we
know-
need to play the tape
Please
back.
play the tape.
Play the what now?
I never said that. Why would I say that? Do you know what I did to get into the house?
What?
I quit my freaking job to enter the house.
You quit your job.
Exactly. Why
Now,
would I say
talking
that?
about quitting your job, because we saw the relationship or the situationship between you and Nini.
Yes.
Now, we saw what happened when clearly Big Brother gave Nini a task to carry out, and she left to the White Room.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like you were not having it at all. right?
Yeah.
We saw that you were knocking on the diary room, you slept there. Like you were not having it.
Yeah.
However, you're then saying, but do you know what I did to get into the house? You know, I came here for the 90 million. But then you'd see what the fans are saying, because the fans felt like second week into the game, you might have lost sight of the game. So what do you think about the fans having that in mind, saying that, by the second week, it's like Saga did not really know why he was there anymore. It turned out to be him moving from I'm here for the 90 million to, I'm here to win or to get Nini's heart.
What's the game? It's a social game.
Okay.
So it's a social game. However you want to play, you can play it. The game now, when you speak of me losing sight of the game, there's this thing I like to hold on to. My second to the last direct session or the third last direct session, people that called me the ultimate veto power holder behind the scenes. I don't know if anybody saw that. It's because my strategy was one of the best strategies in the house.
Which was?
Eliminating everybody that was going to make me stay in the house longer. Yes, that's what I did. Every of my nominations, 99% I was correct. It got to a point that people was asking me, people was asking me to tell him the people I thought would leave, even for general nomination, and even for this one that he chose himself. Because I was mostly correct, because I had like a strategy of putting people that I would think would make me stay. Because if two people left, I would have a better chance of staying. That's what I kept doing week after week, week after week after. That's what I did, and I was 98% correct. I think it was only Queen I missed. The first time I told her, because I was proud of her that she dodged the gun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't exactly calculating. I was calculating, and then I was also playing a kind of like mind game, and it worked. You know, so now me knocking on the door, me being emotional, these are completely human emotions.
Okay.
It doesn't mean I lost sight of any game.
Okay.
Everybody played their game differently. People went there and played, some people went there played not relationship, some people went there played relationship, some people went there doing jumping up and down. You know, different things. That's however you want. It's a social game. It's not examination that you do.
So would you say that, say it's examination.
Exactly.
Would you say that part of your reaction or your feelings towards Nini were parts of your strategy as well? Or is that just you as an emotional person who found someone that he liked, and this was just you responding, irrespective of the fact that it was a game?
I went there to be myself. I feel like my personality is a lovable one, because generally, aside from when you put yourself on a stage like Big Brother, it's different. You know, everybody's looking at you from a microscope. Yeah. It's different. But I believe my personality is a lovable one. So I didn't see a need to change myself. I'm very loving. I'm very passionate. Everything I've done it passionately.
That's sweet.
So when I make friends, I do it, loyalty and all of that in place. You'd notice that I didn't even, that's how I am. So it wasn't like a strategy, but it's who I am. And that's how it came out. I didn't know I was going to receive this much, when I came out, but it's fine.
Now, just speaking about you doing things passionately, before getting to you, Nini, Queen, at the beginning, because you came into the house as one of the surprise housemates, really. And I remember there was this back and forth that you had with Maria, which was somewhat unexpected. I think there was some sort of game that was going on. And then you had made mention about, you passed a comment about Pere. Like, oh yeah, I know Pere. And then Maria's like, how do you know? You just got into the house. And that kind of got you. And then you asked Maria for a conversation, because I remember you going to her saying, oh, please, can I see you? And then it escalated. That escalation, was that strategic? Was that you trying to make a statement like, listen, the fact that I came in here late, it doesn't mean you're going to play me for a fool, or the fact that I came in here late, it doesn't mean that I did not come with drama. Was that intentional, or was that you just purely reacting to being pissed off by Maria?
That is just me being me, trying to protect the little girl, myself, trying to be very guided. I don't like people trying to oppress me in any way. No matter how big or mighty you are, you don't try to oppress me, because if you try it, I'm going to set it straight with you. So that was just me being me. There was nothing being strategic or anything. If you notice, all through my stay in the house, a lot of housemates started seeing me as being hot-headed, being too sensitive, because if you like try to pick on me or say something to me that I don't feel okay with me, it's not sitting well in my head, I'm going to try to come at you and all of that. So that is just me being me. There was no strategy about me with that fight or anything.
And speaking about you being sensitive, talk to us about what was going on between you and Boma. Because it did seem like you might have liked him. You had mentioned your type of guy, saying, light-skinned guy, Boma's type of body, Perez this and all that. And I recall one time, this was during an eviction Sunday, when he then mentioned that, oh yeah, Queen is an option.
Yeah.
Yes, and that definitely got to you. So
Yeah.
to talk to us about that.
Okay, going into the house, I actually didn't have a locker room where I could keep my stuff because everybody had already had one. So I went to him as the head of our house at that time, and I'm like, please, can I get where to keep my stuff? And he's like, yeah, I already make a reservation for you. And I'm like, how did you make a reservation for me? He said, yeah, because immediately I got into the house, he figured out I would need a place to keep my shoes.
Okay.
I'm like, okay, that's nice, thank you very much. And he started like trying to engage me in this sort of conversation, telling me about himself. Like, I just got into the house and you're just trying to like tell me everything about yourself. You stay in the US, you're a mother, you're this. And I was like, okay, that's nice for this guy to like open up to me like this. And when I got into the house, everybody was like, okay, do you want to be in a relationship? And I'm like, no, I don't want to be in a relationship. And I gave them my reasons why. And I gave him my reasons why, that I'm very clingy. And that if I'm in a relationship with you, it's going to distract me because I'm going to be all around you. And it will not help my game. And already I'm coming in very late. Do you understand? And he was like, okay, that's fine. Let us just chill and vibe and all of that. And being in that kind of enclosed space, you need someone to talk to at all times. You cannot stay there alone. You cannot function in that house alone. You need to be talking to someone, vibing with someone to be able to stay in that house for a longer period of time. And I was okay with that. And at the end of the day, I didn't know that he had a strategy called okra. So that Sunday was a revelation Sunday for me to understand what okra actually really means. Because when he sat there and said that stuff, the whole house was actually applauding him, and they were like, okra. And I got to understand that okra actually means someone that, okay, slippery, you're trying to stand strong and stand alone, not being in a relationship or anything. I'm like, okay. And at the end of the day, he was able to like trying to convince housemates that I was trying to like force myself on him, when that was not what I was doing. I was just trying to vibe and chill with you, as we actually said. And me being me, I'm a little bit very touchy and all of that. So I was just all over him. So when I understood that, whatever he was trying to, that picture of me was trying to paint out there, I just told myself, see, you don't have to talk to this guy again. So I just stopped talking to him, and he was on my blacklist until he left the house.
Blacklist.
Yeah, until he left the house, we had never had a conversation anymore.
Oh wow! So and who else is on your blacklist? I'm curious to know.
Nobody, just him.
Just him, just alone
Just
on
him.
that blacklist.
Sorry, did you notice the pun there?
What?
He was on her blacklist and he was on blacklist. The series.
Oh, he was.
He was, yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't
dope.
get that. I actually didn't know that. Now, Nini,
Yes, please.
are you married?
No, I'm not.
Are you engaged?
No.
Do you have a boyfriend?
Oh, yeah.
So what's going on with you and your boyfriend now that you're out of the house?
Okay, I haven't really had time
Yeah.
because I just got my phone, but so far so good.
So far, so good. So have you spoken to him? Okay. Now, people want to know if you were leading Saga on, because clearly Saga liked you a whole lot. It's something that he made very clear. And like you mentioned you're a very emotional person and you like to express yourself. He was very expressive about it. However, from outside of the house, people were a bit confused because we remember you saying that you had a boyfriend, but that didn't deter, Saga from expressing how he felt about you. And it seemed like you guys were two peas in a pod because everywhere Nini is, Saga is, everywhere Saga is, Nini is, you guys were just together in the house all the time. Were you leading Saga on?
Okay, I'm just gonna state from the fact that when I got into the house, a couple of people said they liked me, and obviously I came with I have a boyfriend, and nobody really pursued it. Neither did Saga ever did, and the leading on talk, I don't even know where that's from because Saga never asked anything from me. All we're doing was friendship. I never. Not even for once I said, Nini, I like you. Maybe we should date, or it never. So it was just vibes, and I didn't even need to clear anything because we both understood each other and we would communicate by just looking at each other. So it didn't need to be clear. So far, he wasn't crossing any boundary. He wasn't asking me for anything. So what was there to be cleared up?
So Saga, is that all you wanted from Nini? Just friendship?
Yes.
It's quite interesting because, I would love to have a friend that felt the way you felt about Nini when she was nowhere to be found. Hence the reason why people are a bit confused. Friendship, where do you actually draw the line? You say you're friends. Nini's saying, well, Saga wasn't really asking me for anything. We understood each other. We're just friends. But then your reaction, was that a platonic friendship reaction when Nini was nowhere to be found?
One thing I want you to know is you cannot compare real life and Big Brother's house. It's not the same thing. Okay. A lot of people had a lot of things in the house. A lot of coupling that were not relationships, that even involved sexual actions and all that were not relationships. So Big Brother's house is not the real world.
Yeah.
So you cannot even just compare friendship like that. If you are close to somebody in Big Brother's house, you're going to be very close. You get? So it's not, did Saskia and J. Paul ever date in the house? But they were also really close. That's how it is. So now, back to your question about my reaction.
Yes, was that a platonic friendship reaction when Nini was nowhere to be found?
When Nini was nowhere to be found, I was concerned first because they said it was, like what we assumed was medical evac. Same thing that happened to KV. So I was concerned that, was it like our last fight that triggered her? Why couldn't she talk to me? As a friend, that is depressing. If you hear that your friend had a mental breakdown, when she spoke to you last before she was evac'd, she could have told you what happened. That's what happened to me. I was emotional. And I lost my mother in a sign of similar way. That's what triggered me. I lost my mother in 2014.
Wow,
and then,
rest your soul.
Yeah, and then, what's it called? I could have done more. All those kind of thoughts come into my head. That's why I was emotional. These are completely human feelings that happens even between friends. And then, that's all. Thank you.
What about the task? You remember Big Brother gave you a task to sort of put up a fight with Nini.
Yeah.
But it seemed like you couldn't do that for a long time.
Okay.
So was that still purely because
Nini
is my friend? That's the reason why. Because you ended up telling Nini that it's not like I'm vexing for you. Is that Big Brother gave me a task?
Yeah.
Knowing that it's a game, because remember, after all, the overarching story is this is a game.
Yeah.
But then you said to her exactly what Big Brother told you in confidence.
Yeah.
So is that still, I'm friends with Nini and I just felt like I needed to let her know that Big Brother gave me a task?
Okay, so it's a game. What was the game that Big Brother told me to play?
That you should act like you maybe put up a fight with Nini, act like you're mad at her, and then you were trying to do that, but she wasn't having it as well.
That's not the full game. The full game is fight with Nini and then stay away from her for 200 abeg naira and 200 BB tokens. That's the game. What's 200 abeg naira? Can only buy 5 loaves of bread. 200 BB tokens is worth nothing on the market. One immunity costs 2,000 BB tokens. I had 800 BB tokens at the time. If you gave me 200 BB tokens on the 7th week, what will I get with 1,000 BB tokens? So that's the game. It was this for that. It was on a scale. And I weighed her emotions against what was the price, and it wasn't worth it. Wow. She was crying. If they tell you to betray your friend for 20,000 naira, will you do that? When your friend is crying and you know you're the only friend that's available at that time to comfort that person.
I mean that's definitely not the same context. Because
if
I'm in a game, first of all, if I'm in a game, no.
Betray your friend for 200 abeg naira.
Number one, that's not even betrayal. And that's the reason why people were trying to understand what was going on, because with Big Brother, it's very unpredictable, right? Big Brother could ask you, do this, do that, and that might not be the end of it. Yeah. It might be, do this for maybe 200 abeg naira, but there could be more that will come from it. Hence the reason why, for a lot of people who go into BBNaija, it's kind of like a slippery slope. Because they want to ensure that, in as much as I'm here to have fun, I have my head in the game, because anything could happen, and I want to ensure that I'm not doing anything that could reduce my chances. Hence the reason why people were wondering, like, even if, the 200 abeg tokens were the ultimate price or whatever, what if there was more? What if there was a whole lot more that was tied to that? Hence the reason why people are really wondering, is this just a friendship thing, or do you feel that way about her? And
you see, this is an opinion thing. When you say people, I'm sure there are also people that believe that I was a loyal friend. So let's just be mindful.
And that's the truth. But you know what? With our conversations, we also have to speak based on majority minority. Right? Because majority of the fans, this is the direction they were going towards. That it seemed like Saga was more focused or more concerned about Nini and his likeness for Nini than the game. Right? And if you go on social media, that's what they were saying. Hence the reason why that's where this conversation,
what's the game? I ask you once again. It's a social game. It's a drama game. And I give drama. That's what it is. It's a drama game. If you do everything blah, 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 and there's no drama, people that put that thing there for drama. What did I tell her? I told her that some people would have bet on me to fail that fucking task.
Ooh, forgive me. We're on radio. We're not in Big Brother's house, so we have to be very careful about words.
Sorry about that. It's a drama game. So I created drama and I applaud myself. The whole world was talking. That's what it's about. If I didn't get the if I did it according, everybody went to bed. What's the fun in that?
So part of it is that at least you gave us something to
Yeah, I
talk
gave
about.
you drama. Look at you. You're
I like
shaking.
that. I like that. That's good. Now, speaking about giving us something to talk about, Queen.
Yeah.
I love your outfits in the house.
Thank you.
Was that a strategy? Was it you trying to give us something to talk about?
No, Queen likes dressing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love dressing up. My mom likes dressing me up. Since I was little, she's always particular about how I and my sister look. Like if we're going out, she's always trying to make us look very good and outstanding. So when I told her, Mommy, I think I'll be going into the house, she said, Alele, go. Kemi is my best friend. She's into clothing. And all of that. So we actually had to get me ready and everything. So my mom, my best friend had to put everything together because they wanted me to be outstanding as always. And then I'm Queen, so I don't have to go there looking so.
I love that. I love it. Now, speaking about best friends or friendships, what was your relationship with white money? That's what everyone wants to know.
I'm tired of answering.
What was that relationship with white money?
I am exhausted. Everybody just asking me one question. Okay, so let me keep it very brief because I'm exhausted answering this. Okay, yeah.
Get ready to answer it too.
I'm exhausted already. So my relationship with white money started off as friendship, like genuine friends. But I won't even lie, at some point I started liking him and all of that. I don't know about him, but I actually started liking him because he had the same characteristics that I have, and I actually like a kind of guy like him because he's really nice to everyone, and he's all about sharing love, and he's just there for everyone at all times, and that's what I'm all about, helping people and being there for people and at all times. So I think that made me to start liking him in another type of way. So, but I don't know about him. I'm just speaking my mind. So that is it.
So where are you guys at the moment? Because remember that conversation where he spoke about his feelings for Jackie B. You didn't really take that the best way.
No. He didn't tell me on time.
Okay, he didn't tell you on time.
If he had told me, no hard feelings. Because I told him mine, like I was very open-minded with him and everything. He didn't tell me on time. I started noticing, how women instinct, how it works. I started noticing things, and I'm like, I don't understand this. And that was it. So if he had told me on time, that wouldn't have happened. I won't flare up the way I did. Yeah. But he didn't. He took me on away. So that was just it. But then we've sorted that out, so it's fine.
So where did Cross come into the picture? You better get ready for this question. These are the questions. Where did he come into the picture? What was going on? Was that just a game? Was it you trying to give us content?
No. So going into the house, there are a lot of fine, cute, chiseled apps guys in that house. So I'm just like looking at, you fine, this one fine. I was just keeping my cool. Yeah, no. So at some point when I was just being a baby girl, just having fun and flirting. But it started happening. I took it a bit somehow when I noticed that, okay, my friend at the time was giving another person attention, and I'm like, okay, somebody else is giving me attention. I beg, let me just be having my phone. Do you understand? So that was the best. No strings attached with
at all.
Cross.
So even now that BBNaija is about to come to an end, when he gets out of the house,
I just see him as someone I could work with outside the house. We actually had a very serious conversation with each other, me and Cross. So I understand him now, he understands me better. So just someone I can work with out of the house and all of that. So good friends, but nothing too extra.
Okay, nothing too extra. Speaking about Cross, Nini.
Yes.
Let's talk about that fight you had with Cross. All right. A whole lot of things were said. Emotions were high because I know that he also said, are you stupid or something like that, which of course could be very hurtful. However, it then escalated even more with you saying that he had a pea-sized brain, fish brain, and the list goes on and on. At that moment, did you say these things based on you being angered and you wanting him to feel the same way you felt? Or did you say this based on you actually observing to see that, it seems like this guy is kind of slow, and I would use that, as a way to...
Okay, coming out and hearing this question because I've been getting it. I think Cross is very smart. And it's so surprising that when I go out, do you see all the tax Cross was winning? He's a smart dude. So when he came at me that day, I'd put him up for veto. I didn't want to have a fight with him. I begged him for minis. Licorice can attest to that. Yeah. And then we were talking, and then when he insulted me, I got angry. So when he called me the F word and stupid, it triggered me. I don't think I'm stupid, but I wanted him to be pained too. So everything I said was for him to be pained too, because I felt pain. I'm not stupid, and all the things I said, he's not. So coming out now, people are like, did you observe it? I'm like, I don't even think Cross is those things. I think Cross is very smart. And we were very cool, and we're still very cool. And it was the happiest when I got out of the White House. His reaction was priceless to me.
Yeah.
And Cross is a sweetheart. Cross is my Abuja guy. I never for once nominated him. I'm not even going to cap.
Yeah.
Cross is my baby. And we would make all sorts of jokes how our Dubai trip is going to be. So, and that's why I started crying. Because when I saw him behind, he was crying. I'm like, now you're making, I have a bad man. I don't ever like to get there. And it wasn't even personal. So when I saw him crying, I'm like, oh, now Cross is going to look like the victim when Cross started the fight. I bet Cross for so long, he wouldn't listen. Guess who the villain is? Nini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now, what is your relationship with him like? You guys
Cross
are
and I
cool.
were
You guys
great.
are fine.
Because we've never had issues.
Yeah.
We sorted our issues that same day. And in a couple of hours, the next day we're back to being great. He made me lose my earrings in the club when he threw me.
Yeah.
I never found it. Like, he was so worried.
Yeah.
And when they were looking for me, Cross made the smartest decisions. And when I came out, I couldn't say, I just kept saying, you guys would have listened to Cross.
Yeah.
He's the smartest. He made the smartest decisions. And coming out here and people are having these ideas about Cross. I'm like, was it the same Cross I'm seeing? Because I never thought those insults were personal.
Yeah.
But one day to curse him, what did I say? I said, you look buff. Cross has a sexy body. It was just to curse him. And it was not in any way personal. I love Cross. And I'm sure Cross loves me.
All right, that's sweet. That's sweet. Okay, just a few questions very quickly coming from the listeners. Chichi had asked earlier on if Nini was engaged. So she's clearly said she's not engaged. She's not married. Yes, she does have a boyfriend. And she's also asking, Saga, are you real towards Nini or are you just playing games?
I'm real.
He's real. Even with these glasses he's wearing, he's for real. And
Thank you.
Chichi is also saying, Queen, you're such a beautiful soul. I love you.
Aww.
You're a real lady, always keeping it real.
Thank you, Chichi.
Ifeanyi is asking, who is the cleanest housemate?
Cleanest.
Yes.
White money.
White money.
He wakes up in the morning and the first thing he does is arrange his bed.
Wow.
And he would literally come and force me, go and arrange your bed. Go and arrange your bed. Do you understand?
So
So
he's
it's
the
the cleanest
cleanest.
for me.
This is coming from John Harry saying, Queen, you were always gossiping about General Pere with other housemates.
Queen!
Especially with white money, is what John Harry is saying.
Gossiping. Are you sure it's Queen? Yeah, I talked about white parent with white money because they're always going back and forth. But gossiping, sweetheart, not me. Thank you.
This is coming from a listener saying, Saga, how did you feel when you told Nini about your own task and Nini didn't tell you about her own secret task when she got out of the white room?
You see, I figured that Nini was doing a task myself, first of all. So when she came out, I was expecting people to actually come out and tell us what happened, because that's what happened when he gave me a task myself. I knew that she wouldn't tell me because both of us can't fail this. We saw the consequences of me failing mine. So I understood very well. That's why I wasn't angry at her, because normally, if she pulled up so much emotion from me for a task, I should be angry or whatever. But I let it go because I understood, and I didn't pressure her to tell me. Because I knew that she couldn't fail too, because it would be bad.
All right, this is coming from Anyeka from the US saying, my question is for Nini. Do you love Saga and what do you dislike about Saga? Is what he's asking.
Okay, so I like Saga, and what I dislike, Saga is very argumentative. He would give you valid points and scientific points to prove why he's right.
Okay. This is coming from a listener saying, okay, so I've asked that already. Ifeanyi is saying, what's the most shocking news that you've heard about yourselves coming out of the house?
Okay, I have one. So I got out and saw a picture of me and somebody claiming to be my boyfriend. It was so shocking. I'm like, wow. So that's, for me, that's the most shocking part, because I knew obviously there might be some opinions, but somebody actually claiming to be my boyfriend was it for me.
Was that picture that went viral, was that your boyfriend?
No.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Thanks for clearing the air. I actually thought that was your boyfriend.
No.
So who is he? Is that your cosmate?
Which of them? I saw two pictures, and that's the crazy thing. Which of the pictures?
There's this one that you were standing, like, at least he held you like on your waist-ish. Yeah. So it seemed like an endearing picture.
I don't think I've seen that one.
We'll look for it and we'll show it to you. Anyways, guys, before saying goodbye, I'd like to play a quick game. Of course, before getting to know what else we should expect from you moving forward. So we're going to be doing this game. So it's called Would You Rather. So what would you rather? So I'm going to read out a statement and I want to know what you would rather out of that statement.
Okay.
So it's like two different options being juxtaposed. All right. So would you rather be able to find your soulmate or your calling?
My calling.
Colin.
Oh, calling a soulmate. I think I'd rather find my soulmate because with my soulmate, I'm going to find my calling.
Okay. Would you rather be able to read minds or predict the future?
Read minds.
I definitely want to predict the future because I don't want to know what's going on in your head because I'm going to go crazy. If anybody knows what's going on in my head, they go crazy.
Reading minds is actually a stupid power, actually, because people don't think straight. Literally, we all think. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So I'd rather see the future.
All right. Would you rather someone see all your photos or read all your text messages?
See all my photos.
Don't do it out there.
Wow. What's in your phone?
Who knows?
Wow. Saga.
My photos.
It's okay. Would you rather be rich or poor and find true love?
Rich, please.
I don't think you can find.
I cannot
You would
come and
rather
kill
be
myself.
rich.
You'd rather be rich.
Money.
Okay.
Rich.
All right. Lastly, who would you rather win this year's BBNaija, Shania?
Why money?
Okay.
Okay, so Why Money is my daddy. I want him to win because I get a share.
I
And
like
Licorice
that.
is my Edo sister. I'm going to get a share. So can they split it so I get share from
Liquor
both?
money.
Come on, me, I'm rooting for Perry. I want Perry to win.
Okay.
Legit, for real. The rest, I have my opinions, but I think White Money will win, Sha.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Amen.
Let's watch and see. All right, guys. So moving forward, what are we expecting from Queen?
Into my charity organization already, so I'm going to take that very seriously and see how I can do bigger things with it. I'm already politically inclined, so I'm going to still focus on my political career and see how I can win whatever position I'm going for next time. I'm focused on my business as well, so that is basically for me.
All right. What about you, Nini?
Okay, so before I got on the show, I was about to launch my fashion brand.
Okay.
And I have a physical store that I haven't launched yet in Abuja. So coming on the show was to get a platform to put it out there. And that was the first time I saw. I had no prior knowledge of how it worked. So yes, we're going to get that and hopefully get a physical store in Lagos too. And we're going to see me more on modeling. I've been doing a couple of shoots before I got on the show. So yeah. That's it. And I'm a very business-oriented person, so loads of businesses.
Alrighty. What about you, Saga?
Yeah, so the first thing for me is my art. I paint really good.
You know that.
Thank you. So
Yeah.
I want to do exhibitions. I want to work with galleries. Let's see what I can do. So my art Instagram is SAGART_. That's Saga_. So if you want to see my art, you can check me up on Instagram. And then personally, I want to work on more modeling jobs. I want to work on my fitness. Start maybe a fitness brand app. I'm not sure yet, but something fitness oriented. So you can check my personal page, Saga Adeolu on Instagram, and my fitness page, Sagat's Fitness Club. Thank you.
Okay. Fantastic. All right, ladies. Would you like to share your handles as well?
Okay, so my
If you want
handle
to.
is Nini Official on Instagram.
All right. What about you, Queen?
Queen Mercy Atang on Instagram.
Fantastic. All right, guys. Thank you so much for entertaining us for the weeks that you were in the house. We wish you nothing but the absolute best.
Thank you for having
so
us.
much. Thank you
All
for
right.
having
It's
us. I appreciate
11:54. It's still the midday show. Stick around.
We are Lagos Talks 91.3.
Let's talk.